Inter Miami offers Chase Stadium grass as official merchandise to fans worldwide. The stadium witnessed Inter Miami winning the 2025 MLS Cup trophy. Next season, Inter Miami will play at Freedom Park. Inter Miami is making a bold move to raise more money as the Major League Soccer transfer window opens for next season. They're trying to sell unique merchandise and items to fans around the world. Chase Stadium's turf was donated to Inter Miami as merchandise. Inter Miami is incorporating the turf into a number of items available for purchase by fans worldwide. The stadium turf is incorporated into mugs, keychains, and acrylic fan displays. In the same announcement, the club also offered the opportunity to purchase a keychain featuring a Lionel Messi jersey as the main object. All accessories or knick-knacks are available and ready to be shipped worldwide, according to a statement on their official website. The club will only begin official shipping in early January 2026. Interested fans can get the merchandise through a pre-sale currently being promoted by Inter Miami. The glory will not be lost forever. Inter Miami announced on social media and its announcement, pre-order the real grass from Inter Miami's home, Chase Stadium now. Inter Miami has made Chase Stadium a historic place. This is the Herons' first home since their founding in 2019. In 2024, the historic stadium was renamed Chase Stadium, having previously been called DRVPNK. The name change proved beneficial for them. With Lionel Messi as captain, they won the MLS Cup. Inter Miami's achievements at Chase Stadium also included an MLS Cup victory. The stadium also hosted the MLS Cup final between Inter Miami and the Vancouver Whitecaps. That was the team's last match wearing the proud pink jersey at Chase Stadium. As a result, Inter Miami will play at Freedom Park, their beautifully constructed stadium, next season. It's expected that more fans will flock to Freedom Park in Miami to watch Lionel Messi and his teammates perform. Therefore, the club is seeking to maintain the fans' emotional connection to Chase Stadium by selling its turf. The Herons' coffers will also benefit from the sale. At the very least, the incoming funds will allow them to increase their budget for new players next season. New players could boost Lionel Messi and his teammates' chances of defending the MLS Cup trophy they won in 2025. They also face the daunting task of participating in the CONCACAF Champions Cup next season. Having more support from the great players around Lionel Messi would be a joy. The long history of David Beckham's Chase Stadium Inter Miami FC. David Beckham announced on March 25, 2014, that he would build a stadium at Port Miami. The stadium would be located in the downtown area and adjacent to the Miami Heat's American Airlines Arena, now the Kaseya Center. The stadium, which would be located on the southwest corner of Dodge Island, would be accessible via a pedestrian bridge connecting American Airlines Arena and Biscayne Boulevard. On April 8, 2014, the Miami-Dade Commission denied Port Miami a permit to relocate a fuel spill response facility, which was to be relocated to make way for a stadium and entertainment complex. The stadium plan envisaged the construction of a commercial complex around the facility. Royal Caribbean Cruises, which had previously planned to build a stadium on the same site, formed the Miami Seaport Alliance (MSA), a coalition of port-based companies and unions. The campaign, designed by political strategist Joe Slade White for MSA, which won a national award for Best Public Affairs Advertising, argued that the stadium would worsen traffic problems and disrupt the port's plans to expand and handle increased cargo. According to Beckham's real estate advisor, Royal Caribbean opposed the stadium plan because it was paying below market rent to the port. Due to political pressure, Beckham's team announced that the Port Miami location had been changed to Plan B. On May 20, 2014, Miami-Dade County Commissioners voted 11-1 against building a stadium at Port Miami. County Commissioners unanimously recommended FIU Stadium as the temporary home for the expansion team on February 3, 2015. This was a symbolic move. "I think we did a huge disservice to Beckham," said Commissioner Juan Zapata, who supported the proposal. "I realized that when I met with him. I apologize because I believe we should have treated him better." Miami-Dade County Mayor Carlos Jimenez wrote in a letter to Beckham's real estate advisor on May 5, 2014, that downtown Miami would greatly benefit from a waterfront park that would include a stadium and a pedestrian promenade, while the Port Miami proposal faced strong opposition. Miami Mayor Tomas Regalado stated that filling in the pier would be a monumental task if the city-owned land were sold or transferred to the county. In December 2013, Jimenez and Regalado discussed filling in the pier, but they did not consider the land for a soccer stadium. On May 19, 2014, after meeting with Mayors Regalado and Jimenez, the Beckham Group announced that the boat ramp location had become Plan A. The location also required approval from the city and county commissioners, who each own a portion of the land needed for the stadium, and the city charter required a public vote. Plans presented by the Beckham Group on May 22, 2014, indicated that the 20,000-seat stadium would combine 19 acres, 7.7 hectares, of parkland with 4.2 acres, 1.7 hectares, and fill in a deep water basin to add 8.5 acres, 3.4 hectares. The Miami Marlins had considered using the site as a boat ramp for their new stadium, but rejected the idea because it would cost millions of dollars to pump water and haul rocks from elsewhere to fill the ramp. Critics warned that the stadium would burden nearby roads and pipelines, and others criticized the way it was built on land designated as public parkland. Residents of nearby condominiums also worried that the stadium would disrupt ocean views. On June 10, 2014, Mayor Regalado and City Manager Daniel Alfonso rejected the proposal after the city stated that the two parties in the lease negotiations were too far apart. In June 2014, MLS President Mark Abbott stated that the league was not interested in building anything in Little Havana next to Loandapac Park, now known as Marlins Park. However, the original plan to build a soccer stadium next to it, which the league backed in 2008, remained unfulfilled. In February 2015, Miami-Dade County Commissioner Xavier Suarez suggested two previously proposed locations: on the Miami River, near Miami International Airport, and next to Marlins Park. Suarez told the Miami New Times that he had discussed the final location with Beckham's advisors and the developer who owns the land, formerly the Bertram Yacht Shipyard. He said both locations fit the league's broad interpretation of its push for a downtown location and the steam that Marlins Park has lost. Miami-Dade County Commissioners on March 4, 2015, asked Mayor Jimenez to negotiate with Beckham's team about a county-owned parcel of land on the west side of Marlins Park. A tentative agreement to build a park on city-owned land next to Marlins Park, pending approval from city commissioners, was announced by Miami Mayor Tomas Regalado on July 17, 2015. However, in November 2015, Commissioner Francis Suarez announced that it was removed from the City Commission's agenda for December 1, 2015, when approval to put the stadium on the March 2016 ballot. The inability of Beckham's team to reach an agreement with the private landowner was cited by Suarez. When the team was announced in March 2014, Marlins Park, Miami International Airport, and Florida International University were mentioned as alternative locations if the downtown stadium plan did not work out. In July 2014, cities in neighboring Broward County were asked to submit a list of possible stadium locations. A county-owned site next to the BB&T Center in Sunrise was selected as a possible location. The Palm Beach County Sports Commission contacted Beckham's group prior to the team's announcement and suggested FAU Stadium. Although the ownership company expressed their preference for a central Miami location, they added, there are other cities that would welcome an MLS club owned by Beckham and his partners. Commissioner Don Garber told ESPN's Alexi Lawless in August 2014 that the league wouldn't expand to Miami unless we had a downtown location for a stadium. In a meeting held in May 2015, Donna Shalala, president of the University of Miami, discussed the possibility of building a joint stadium for the MLS soccer team and the Miami Hurricanes. Shalala stated that Sun Life Stadium, which currently seats over 65,000, was too large for the Hurricanes, but their target stadium, which seats approximately 44,000, was too small for MLS. Beckham's group announced on December 4, 2015, that they had secured a contract to purchase a parcel of land in Overtown, located at 650 NW 8th Street, near the Culmer Station, Interstate 95, and the Miami River. They also received a letter of intent from Miami-Dade Mayor Carlos Jimenez to negotiate the purchase of a county-owned parcel to the south. Since the expansion team was awarded to Miami, Beckham proposed Overtown as a fourth location. However, this was the first time the group had abandoned their attempt to avoid paying property taxes by making the city or county the stadium owner. The MLS governing board approved the site on December 5. On March 24, 2016, the Miami Herald reported that Beckham's group had completed the purchase of several privately owned parcels necessary for the stadium. To begin construction, the ownership group acquired 3 acres (1.2 hectares) of municipally owned land on June 6, 2017. However, after his brother Jose Moss, who heads the construction and engineering firm Mostech in South Miami, joined Beckham's team, they announced plans to abandon the Overtown site and move to a larger development near Miami International Airport.